Hello and welcome to Tribes Ascend. What is Tribes Ascend? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Tribes Ascend is currently the fastest first-person shooter in the world. And you know what's even better? It's focused on capture the flag mode. It's the main game mode, which is so beautiful in so many different ways. First of all, the capture the flag mode is actually really good. Second of all, since the only difference between your team and the enemy team is cosmetic, people cannot bitch about one of the 9 available classes being overpowered. This guy is overpowered? Well, you can play him too. So, that's really good. And I'm sorry, but I'm about to smack a bitch up, as you would say. Oh yes, that's the first one, a second one, and thank you, you can come again and have your ass kicked one more time. So as I've said before smacking down that bastard over there, you have 2 teams, the Blood Eagle and the Diamond Sword. The difference between them is entirely cosmetic, but we have 9 classes, and they're kind of a split between 3 armor classes. 3 light armor classes, 3 medium armor classes, and 3 heavy armor classes. And the difference between them is quite sensible. In general, the light armor classes have the weakest weapons, the least health, but the most mobility. The medium classes are kind of in the middle with the weapon damage and the health and the mobility, and the heavy armor classes have the most health, almost no mobility at all, but the strongest weapons. So let's start from the top, and we have a Pathfinder, who is best suited for capturing the enemy flag or chasing the enemy flag cappers. He's the fastest class in the game, and the best players, or the better players I should say, can pick up a flag at about a speed of 400 kilometers per hour. Next on the list is Sentinel, who is essentially a sniper. And you might think, oh wait, you have all these classes with kind of a rocket launcher E style of weapons, and it's kind of hard to hit anything because everyone's moving, and you're gonna have a sniper rifle. How does that work? Isn't that really easy? Well, imagine this. There's a flag capper who just picked up your flag. He is essentially a pixel that's about 1 kilometer away from you. 1 kilometer that is. And he's moving at a speed of, let's say, 300 kilometers per hour. So you're sniping a pixel that's 1 kilometer away, and he is running away with a speed of 300 kilometers per hour. Good luck hitting anything with your sniper rifle. So that's Sentinel. The last light armor class is Infiltrator, who has a cloaking device. But if you look at the bottom left corner of the screen, you can see my health and my jetpack energy. The cloaking device also uses the jetpack energy, so you need to be very careful. It's kind of an advanced class, because you need to be really careful and aware of what's going on around you. And if you use too much cloak, you will decloak, and you will not have any energy to use a jetpack. And if you're on the ground in this game, you're dead, right? So these are the light classes. Let's go into the medium classes. The first medium class is a soldier, who I'm playing right now, and he's kind of the jack of all trades, master of none. He's equipped to do pretty much everything, but not as well as other classes. But he's overall a very good class for newer players, actually. And I absolutely love him while I'm playing sort of a in the face, yes, in the face, thank you very much, when I'm playing Middlefield defense, which I'm doing right now, which is basically just kill everything that's trying to get in your base and protect the flag with everything you have. He has kind of a lot of utility, but he's not especially fast. His weapons are not the best, and he can't get a lot of speed. He can get some. It's actually possible to capture flags with this guy if you know how to do it, but in general he's good for pretty much everything, but not as good as the other classes. The second medium armored class is a raider, and he does basically what you would think he would do. He's best suited for just raiding the enemy base, disrupting the enemy defense, harassing the enemy defenders, destroying the enemy structures and deployables. He also has a portable jammer pack, which will make you invisible for enemy turrets, and as you can see, enemies and allies have arrows above their heads. it will jam the enemy sensor and these arrows will disappear, so you're very hard to find in an enemy base. Very, very good class. I like it very much so. And the last one is a technician, who is best suited for just... Oh, good lord, that was satisfying. I remember just being so very happy while I was playing. He's best equipped for just defending the base, repairing your structures and your deployables. He also has turrets that he can deploy, and he has a better repair tool. Now let's go over the heavy armor classes. The first one is a Juggernaut, who has a variety of long-range mortars that do an awful lot of damage, but if the enemy team has a sensible defense, you're not gonna have a great time. If they don't know what they're doing and they just leave you standing on a hilltop, shelling the enemy flag stand, you're gonna end up with the most kills, and you're gonna be very happy, you're gonna have a lot of points, but that doesn't happen very often. Especially now when people got kinda better in this game, they will not let you just get away with just standing on a hilltop and laying down death, pain and doom on their flag stand. The next guy on the list has a beautiful name, and he is called the Doombringer. This guy is best suited for something called being a heavy on flag. That's the best way of defending flag I can think of, but it's not very entertaining. And now, how does this work? There is a variety of perks in this game. One of them is called Super Heavy. And what does it do? If you body block someone, normally, they're gonna slow down or stop. If you body block someone and you have Super Heavy, they're gonna die most likely. If they're a capper and going at some high speed, they're gonna die. So it basically turns you into a wall, and you are much harder to knock off the flag stand, or just, you know, you will not be knocked back as far by weapons and grenades. He also has force fields and mines and all the good stuff for defending the flag. If the enemy team has no offense of any kind, and you have a good Doombringer, your flag will never leave the base, because good Doombringer can stop pretty much every Pathfinder. And the last one is Brute, who is basically a heavy soldier. He has more health, he has harder hitting weapons, but he has nowhere near the jetpack energy, and as a result his mobility is really terrible. He's much better for indoors fighting than the soldier. The soldier is basically a brute for outdoors. So these are the classes. Let's go over the structures now. So the structures, you have the generator, which powers all of the other structures. It can be upgraded to have more health and also be repaired faster. Everything can be destroyed by the enemy team, and when that happens, you need to go into the generator room, pick up a repair gun on the wall, or be a technician who has a better repair gun as a secondary weapon, and repair the generator. And generator powers turrets and sensor, which can be destroyed as well and upgraded, and also powers a vehicle pad and inventory station, which cannot be destroyed. In the vehicle station you can buy a couple of vehicles. There's a Shrike, which is kind of a jet, sort of an airplane. Very good for chasing the enemy cappers, general defense, annoying the enemy defense, and actually capping the flags, if you would believe that. You can actually fly the Shrike as fast as you can, jump off the Shrike and pick up the enemy flag at a ludicrous speed. Then there is the Graph Cycle, which is a bike with 2 seats on it. One is for the driver, and it actually has some sort of a crazy plasma gun on up the front. And the second seat is for the second guy, obviously, surprise. And that guy can turn around and shoot his own weapons, so it's actually pretty good if you have a Juggernaut on the second seat and just driving around the enemy base, and the Juggernaut is just smacking down. He's bringing the doom to their base. Then there is a tank, which a lot of people refer to as a fag tank, because it has some ridiculous range and damage. basically on this map, which is called the Crossfire, you can have a tank at your base and have another blue plate, beautiful, and have enough range so you can actually shoot the enemy base from your base, and you can have it very well defended. But they're pretty squishy, they're not that hard to destroy. And then there is the inventory station, which is used for resupplying, changing classes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the general idea of what this game is about. It's also a free-to-play game, I should probably say. The business model is not as bad as it used to be. You can get everything with in-game experience. You get experience by just playing games. Or you can buy the Game of the Year edition, which is a few bucks, and you get everything in the game. So if you never tried it and you think it might be good, you might like it, there will be a link in the description. It will be my referral, which I don't really need, but because I bought the Game of the Year edition. But if you like what you see, give it a try. It's very satisfying to hit those mid-air kills, or you know, the mid-air shots. But I've played about 200 hours of this game and I still can't hit mid-air shots when I need to. It's not reliable for me. Some people got to the level of skill where they just can, when they know they're gonna hit something if they want to. I'm not there yet. And the next thing is, if you don't like sort of a learning game, this is not a game that you pick up and can go. Just pick up and play. It's not a game about that. You're gonna die a lot, you're not gonna be able to hit anything, but if you keep trying, you're eventually gonna learn. And there is nothing more satisfying than just hitting someone mid-air, because you just knew that he's gonna be over there and that shot is gonna hit. Feel like, yeah, if I aim there and shoot, he's gonna die. You do it, he dies. You hit him dead on. It's the best feeling in the world that Call of Duty just cannot replicate. It's very satisfying to play all of the classes. If you just hit someone, if you do something right, it feels very good. So Tribes Ascend. It's free. Give it a go. If you don't like it, you don't have to play it. But if you're interested in raw, skill-based first-person shooter that is team-based, just go for it. Tribes Ascend is the way to go. It's the best first-person shooter, in my opinion, that exists at the moment. And I thank you a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, the link to Tribes Ascend is in the description, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.